Now it's time for Philipp Kunze of OneShore Energy,
Hiya.
Berlin-based company. Welcome to Eco Summit.
Thank you very much. Yes, as Jan said, my name is Philipp Kunze. I'm one of the founders and managing directors of OneShore Energy. I would like to introduce you to our company. But before we do that, I fully understand it's late in the afternoon. You've been sitting all day. You're waiting for the next coffee. Why don't you all get up for a second and stretch like an African giraffe, something like that. Come on. Get up, get up. I want to see people stand up from their seats. Excellent, very good. Okay, thank you very much. I think now we're prepared. Let's get back to energy. I think here in Germany and Europe, we know the situation. In the last 10 years, the share of renewables, thankfully, has raised dramatically. It's by 3 times, it stands at 25.3% right now. Renewables now represent the largest share of electricity generation, which is an amazing achievement. But quite honestly, we also know that around the world, things look quite different. This is the site of one of our customers who's generating his electricity by diesel gensets. Worldwide, there's a fleet of 110 gigawatts of diesel gensets installed for continuous power generation. I'm not talking for backup systems. That's yet another market segment. This is for continuous power generation. This market grows by 20 gigawatts each year around the world. And that's what we're trying to address. The market potential is huge. We've decided to start looking at Africa as the first place. We're a small, medium-sized company, so we wanted to focus. So in the countries around the equator in Africa, there's about 545 million people living there. 85% live off-grid, 5% live on a very weak grid. I've brought some of our clients, our potential clients to you, and wanted to introduce you to them. This is Perfect. He's the managing director of a printing company in Arusha in Tanzania. He's running his company on diesel 35% of the time. It's extremely expensive. He absolutely recognizes that diesel generators are the worst in terms of CO2 and polluting the environment. He's absolutely ready to move to a more environmentally friendly solution. This is Mary. She's the head of engineering at one of the largest hospitals in northeastern Tanzania, in fact. She is responsible to make sure that her doctors, the doctors at the hospital, can do their work, namely saving clients' lives as well as possible. She would love to move to a more independent, more self-powered energy generation. This is Ali. Ali's running African plantation in Kilimanjaro. That's close to Moshi and also in Tanzania. He's suffering from a 20% loss in harvest this year because they didn't have enough sufficient electricity to irrigate the plants. He's absolutely convinced if solar can complement the weak grid that he's suffering from and the diesel gensets that he's using, if his engineers at the plant don't screw it up, basically, he's ready to move. This is Priyan. He's the operational manager at a packaging company in Kenya, in Nairobi. If he had a more stable electricity supply, he would be able to increase his capacity utilization by 50% and would immediately hire 30% more staff to basically serve his customer demands. We know the solution. Solar energy today is much, much cheaper than it used to be 10 years ago. It's perfectly suited to work together with diesel generators and in the future energy storage systems and other forms of generation or storage to serve these clients' needs. But the truth is there's been very few systems around the world, and those that have been around have been dramatically oversized, not meeting the client's expectations, killing the investment budgets, and also not meeting the expectations of the financial investors of these plants. And OneShore is trying to solve that. We're developing a software solution that analyzes, designs these systems, and then also helps in the operation of these systems to really get the most out of the solar plant and get it in sync with the diesel generators that are running today. We've already installed our data measurement devices around 14 customer sites across Tanzania and Kenya, most important industry segments that we're targeting. And we're collecting continuous data. We've been doing so for 8 months, but we'll continue so for the next 2-3 years to really understand our customers extremely well. Our software will allow for an optimal design of solar hybrid systems and yet a much reduced investment budget. And it also brings transparency for investors in such projects so that they will be able to gauge if a project is soundly designed and will actually provide the returns that the investors are expecting. We've already installed first systems. This is a virtual island in Greece, and the goal really is to unlock our customers' full growth potential. Our customer was extremely happy about the system. The system's been running ever since, and in the end felt really smart and also very proud. Our vision is to really become the most compelling company for distributed energy generation systems around the world, unlocking the full growth potential of our weak grid and off-grid customers. And our mission is, with our deep understanding of customer needs, large pool of load data, superior tools for system design and operation, we're uniquely positioned to design the most economic and reliable sustainable energy systems for captive power generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Philipp. You are a High-Tech Gründerfonds company. Are you planning to raise more capital?
Not right now. We've been financed in December, so that should be enough for the next 12, 18 months. But of course, towards the end of the year, we will be looking at the market. And it's very interesting, since our market segment in Africa is a little unique. I understand that's not every VC's cup of tea. We're interested to understand, who are investors who would be interested in such a business model and such a market approach.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.